Welcome back to the Archive Network. Aurelius here with Malik, curators of the Classified Archive. We left 9/11 conspiracy theories last time, and as the public continued to grapple with the legacy of 9/11, the unanswered questions lingered. Today we pick up where we left off. In the aftermath of the September 11 attacks, a monumental effort began that would shape our understanding of those tragic events. The U.S. government established the 9/11 Commission in late 2022. This bipartisan body was tasked with uncovering the truth behind the chaos. They sought not just answers, but a comprehensive account of the failures that allowed such devastation to happen. We were left to grapple with our vulnerabilities, and the Commission aimed to ensure we learned from them.
But let's not ignore the challenges they faced along the way. Led by Thomas Keane and Lee Hamilton, the Commission hit some serious roadblocks. They struggled with limited access to critical evidence and personnel. Key witnesses, like Condoleezza Rice, weren't fully forthcoming, which raised real doubts about transparency. It's hard to overstate how frustrating that must have been for them. They were trying to get to the truth, but the obstacles they encountered only added to the complexity of their mission.
Rice's testimony was particularly scrutinized during the investigation. She did provide a statement, but notably, she sidestepped questioning under oath. This choice raised eyebrows and invited skepticism about the integrity of the entire process. We all know that transparency is crucial in these inquiries, yet the Commission fell short in delivering that. Without clarity, how can we trust the findings? It's a reminder that in the dance of power, the truth often takes a backseat.
It's not just about transparency, though. The final report, which came out in July 2004, faced a lot of criticism for its shortcomings. Many felt it didn't dig deep enough into the intelligence failures that led up to the tragedy. The families of the victims were particularly frustrated. They believed the Commission should have thoroughly examined connections to foreign governments, especially Saudi Arabia. Those connections matter to them. They wanted answers, not just vague reassurances.
Independent investigations emerged, starkly contrasting the official narrative we were fed. Journalists and researchers dug deep, uncovering conflicting information that painted a very different picture. One particularly alarming revelation was the rapid disposal of evidence. Debris from the Twin Towers was hurriedly removed, stripped away before proper forensic analysis could even take place. It raises serious questions about accountability and transparency. When we look back, we must ask ourselves, who benefits from this rush to erase the past?
And that disposal of evidence isn't just a procedural failure. It robbed families of the justice they so desperately deserved. The NIST report pointed out that crucial materials were lost forever, leaving loved ones without answers. This loss didn't just vanish. It fanned the flames of distrust among the public, making them question everything. People wanted closure, but instead, they were left with more questions and heartache. It's heartbreaking to think about those families still searching for the truth.
The Pentagon's response also drew scrutiny, and rightly so. On that fateful day, a training exercise called Vigilant Guardian was underway. It was simulating a hijacking scenario which threw responders into confusion. Picture this. While real planes were crashing into buildings, their minds were caught up in a drill. This chaos likely delayed military action during the actual attacks, leaving us to wonder how often training can blur the line between reality and simulation.
That's a critical point. Eyewitness accounts from the firefighters on the scene painted a vivid picture of the chaos. You could feel the confusion in the air. Accusations of complicity started to surface, hinting at a troubling lack of preparedness. It wasn't just a failure of systems. It was a failure of people. The American public was left grappling with a heavy question. How could something like this happen? It was heartbreaking to see so many lives affected.
The relentless pursuit of truth was met with stubborn resistance, as the New York Times revealed that debris was hastily shipped off to a Staten Island landfill without any thorough investigation. This negligence didn't just vanish into the background. It resonated deeply with families who felt utterly robbed of justice. Their grief was palpable, amplifying an urgent demand for accountability. They knew that ignoring this was not just a failure of process. It was a betrayal of trust that echoed through their lives.
And that emotional toll can't be understated. Families poured their hopes and dreams into the commission, only to be met with disappointment and silence. The 9/11 Families Steering Committee, representing so many who are still hurting, voiced their frustration loud and clear. They made it known that they wouldn't back down. They'd keep fighting, keep pushing, until they finally got the answers they deserve. It's about their loved ones after all, and they deserve the truth.
The narrative grew increasingly complex as we delved deeper into the issue. Public distrust in the official findings expanded, and we saw this sentiment echoed in the streets. The release of redacted documents only fueled the fire. The 28 pages withheld from the joint inquiry raised serious suspicions of a cover-up. People began to question what was really going on behind the scenes. It's as if the more we learned, the less we trusted those in power.
Those pages contained crucial information about financial ties to Saudi Arabia, and the secrecy surrounding it only deepened the culture of distrust that was already so pervasive. The push for transparency wasn't just about uncovering facts. It was about honoring the lives lost. Families deserved to know the truth, not just vague narratives that left them in the dark. They needed answers, something tangible to hold on to in their grief, to understand what really happened to their loved ones.
As the investigations progressed, the implications of what remained hidden became starkly clear. The interplay of politics, security, and human tragedy laid bare the deep fractures in national integrity. The emotional weight bore down on those seeking justice, and we could see the toll it took. The 9/11 Commission was a step forward, but it also illuminated the numerous obstacles in our quest for truth, reminding us that uncovering the past is rarely straightforward.
That's where we leave it this time. 9/11 Conspiracy Theories continues. The story isn't finished yet. Find the full series on the Classified Archive, part of the Archive Network. We'll be back with the next chapter.